has dealt with a close family member who has needed stem cell to become well. We have great success stories that will entice you to do the same and help someone live a long and beautiful life. As Buddha said, one moment can change a day, one day can change a life, and one life can change the world. Today we have Miss Shilpa, Miss India USA Texas 2018 on air with us today. Welcome, Shilpa.
Thank you so much, Sasha, and I'm glad to be here today.
Oh, we're so happy to have you.
Yeah, me too. And
so share with us your story. What do you do with Be the Match?
So I mentioned during my Mrs. India interview that beauty pageants they don't only create good-looking models, but they do create role models. So I want to be that role model for our community. Excuse me. And I decided to help out my friend whose dad was diagnosed with leukemia 3 years ago. And as we all know, leukemia is one type of blood cancer.
Yes.
So her family was very desperate to find a bone marrow donor, and which was the only way for her dad could survive, to find genetical matching bone marrow donor. Unfortunately, there isn't enough awareness about bone marrow donation in our South Asian community. Mm-hmm. So I decided to help her as well as to help other people, other people fighting for their lives or their family members' life.
Yeah.
So now I'm not only registered bone marrow donor, but I also work with other volunteers, Director Gayatri, and I want to create as much as awareness in our community to just go to the Be the Match website if you need more information. Register yourself to save someone else's life. And that's the reason I wanted to help out. Because I saw Harsha suffering a lot to find a matching donor for her dad. So
I can't even imagine what the person that deals with a family member. We know the person that is ill, they have a lot to deal with, but then it also takes the family to the next level where they're dealing with it as well. And someone as close as a dad or a mother or a child, I mean, that just gives me goosebumps just to even think about what they must go through on a daily basis.
Yes. Yeah, so here I would like to introduce Harsha, who went through this journey with her dad, so she can tell us more about it. So, Harsha.
Thank you, Shilpa. I appreciate that. Just to give you a little background on my father, my mom, dad, brother, Bubby, and their 2 children live all in California. So I'm here in Houston, Texas, and they're in California. So my dad had always been a very influential and active community service worker. He has done so much seva in the community and done a lot of leadership work and was extremely busy with these things. A man of great passion for life and serving others. And so in the midst of doing all of this, it was in a matter of a day that all of that changed. I still remember today the devastating phone call from my brother. He called and told me that Dad's in the hospital and he's been diagnosed with AML, which is acute myeloid leukemia. And at the time, I didn't know much about what leukemia was. It wasn't that shattered me, but it was what he said after. He said that he would have 3 weeks to live. And I thought, being 100 miles away, here is the person who gave me life, nurtured me, loved me, taught me, and was my inspiration in life to be the best I can be. There's nothing I can do. And my heart shattered hearing that. So at that time, my boys were 3 and 5. And I thought, how do I explain to them that they may not have their grandfather. They may not even see him again, And so it was a very difficult time. With the support of my in-laws and my husband, the next day we got on the plane and we were on our way for this journey, a 3-month journey. Began a very emotional, a very eye-opening, and a very faithful journey of not knowing when we came back if he would still be here. So having said that, Sasha, exactly what you said. When somebody has cancer or any illness, oftentimes we take time to ask, how's your dad doing? How's your son doing? How's your mother doing? But we don't realize what the family goes through and the caretakers. And so the silent hero in all of this was my mother. She was his primary caretaker.
Yeah.
And sorry, I do get emotional. But after reaching there, we decided as a family that he was going to go ahead and start the chemo. And chemo would basically prolong things because it would get rid of the cancer. But we shortly found out from the doctors and doing our own research and all of that his only option for a cure was a bone marrow transplant. And that he had such an aggressive type of cancer that he had about a 90% of relapse after chemo if he did not have transplant.
Oh, wow.
And so our family went through, we learned everything about bone marrow. I grew up here, was raised here, everything, and I had never heard about a bone marrow transplant. And that's ignorance on my part, but it's the sad reality of what a lot of us we don't hear about it until it gets to our family. So we learned everything, and we found out that it was extremely difficult to find a matching donor, a needle in a haystack. And so, the first thought was, where are we going to find this unrelated matching donor who could be anywhere in this world?
Yeah.
And for them to say, okay, sure, we'll donate.
Yeah.
So as he had the ups and downs of chemo and, going through all the sickness, we're taking care of the children at home. We're all doing shifts at the hospital. It was just a very challenging time. Amidst all of that, we were trying to set up drives nationally. Because my dad was so affluent in the community, he knew a lot of people, and that helped because the community overwhelmingly reached out and said, let us help. And so we set up drives all over in different states, and then I took all the kids and we started doing drives even in our community. And we got the phone call that after 2 months that there was not a matching donor in the registry. So we were very bummed out, very, very devastated. But when God closes one door, He opens another.
Yes.
And so we were very fortunate that we had a second option. And that second option was cord blood registry, which, again, I had not known that there was a cord blood donation registry.
Yeah.
And so this was, again, eye-opening. And I was so impressed at how the networking and the system worked among all of these registries, because the two donors, the two beautiful women that donated their cord blood, at the time of delivery, came from India and from Germany.
Wow.
They were not from the U.S.
Wow.
And so I was very amazed at Be the Match and all the national donor programs for both cord blood and for marrow registry on how they collaborate to get these two people from across the world to save my dad.
Amazing.
It was very, very heartwarming. And so we went through that, and as painful as it was to watch him, it was very heartwarming to know that this was out there for others as well, And so he had his transplant October 2015. And today my dad is here. He is cancer-free and has regained his health and is doing well. He's enjoying time with all of his grandchildren, teaching them everything he knows. He's back involved in the organizations that he, thought it was going to be the end of. And instead, his new mission is now to just spread awareness. I mean, he goes out and he said, as God has given me this other chance, it's my job to now help save others.
Yeah.
And so
when I see his daughters doing the same.
Yes, it has become our family mission. And anytime we get together, we always do drives together. And it is just a very powerful thing.
Yeah, that is amazing.
Yes.
But it's amazing that you've taken something so heart striking, right, and turned it into something so positive. Because just before the show started, Gayatri told her that there is a run. I mean, there is a Be the Match where she can put a counter, and they both, Shilpa and Harsha, were like, we'll be there, and I don't have anywhere to keep the kids, so I'm going to take the kids, and I know how it is because I have two boys to go anywhere with the boys, so kudos to all of y'all who are doing this. Y'all are true superheroes. So amazing.
Absolutely. And I, even with Shilpa, she says she wants to be a role model. And my children know everything about cancer. They know about what my grandfather went through. They were there. They saw it firsthand. And so when they come, they're a part of these drives.
Right.
They know and they talk to others. And it's nice to see that, because the youth is where we need to focus on for this
to
awareness.
create the awareness.
Yes.
Do you want to tell us the story about where your little one was modeling at his elementary school?
Oh, yes. So we had a multicultural festival at Ann Sullivan. And he, with the help of Gayatri, we got this booth together for our drive, and he wanted to. He said he would come. He would wear the T-shirts and everything, and he, we wanted him to walk down to be part of the fashion show to represent the awareness for bone marrow and be the match.
Yes.
And he said, "No, Mama, I don't. I'm too nervous. I'm too scared." So I had to do a little bit of bribing with him. I gave him $10 to do it. But he was so proud. And instead of him, my second son, my older son came too. And so it turned out to be a really nice thing. He was very proud of himself.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yes.
And so do you want to tell us, when the donation, happens, and when it happened with your dad, that is day 0 for him?
Mm-hmm.
So how does that take place? How did he deal with that? Because there were apparently some changes, right? Because the genes, I don't know what changes, but I assume some genetic change happened.
Yeah, so basically he received 2 cord blood units from 2 different donors.
Right.
And so what ends up happening when they do a transplant is those stem cells that are given to him, and they're just given just to understand it through an IV. He felt nothing. He wouldn't have even known that he received this transplant.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Because it is just given through his IV, just like you would regular fluids through IV. And it takes its time and starts grafting and starts building more cells, and basically it overtakes the cancer-making cells. And so you have the healthy cells that override the cancer-making cells, which means, that it basically the cancer is gone. I always use the analogy of weeding a garden. So it's pulling the weeds out of a garden. And so once chemo and all of that helps with getting rid of that, and then when the new soil is tilled, there is no chance for it to come back, because the healthy plants are then overtaking anything that can come up.
Oh, that's
so
amazing.
That is what has happened, and he's done well with it.
Oh, wow. Okay,
Yes.
and then you were saying something about his hair.
Oh,
growth,
yes. Yes, we laugh now because he's technically, if it's day 0 at transplant, he is now a little over 3 years old. And so he has baby genes now. And my dad had all white, pure white Santa Claus hair. And so he started developing black hair. And
Oh,
so
wow.
we laugh all the time that he's getting younger. And my children always say, because he's 3 years old now, that they have to call them Baya. So it's really funny.
Oh, wow.
Cute.
Yes.
That's amazing. For your kids to go through it too, and to see their grandpa and be with him, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So when you went to California, they were there with you?
Oh,
and you were
yes.
doing the drives over there?
They were there the whole time, yeah.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
They were, yes.
That's just amazing.
Yes, and we have today with us a real superhero mom who actually was on the other side. My dad was the recipient, but here is someone who just stopped everything to save somebody by donating herself, her blood. So I'm going to introduce you to Hema.
Hi everyone, this is Hema.
Hi.
I'm so excited to share my story with you all. I registered as a donor in 2012 with Be The Match. At the time, I didn't know that I'll be a donor, a real donor. After 6 years, in August 2018, I got a call from Be The Match and then said, I'm a 100% match to your leukemia patient. I was so excited at the time because I'm going to save a life. So immediately I said yes, but I was a little skeptical about my family. But my wonderful husband, he supported me all through this journey. And then my parents and my in-laws, they were helpful, and my friends too. And they asked me, are you willing to move forward? And I said, yes, let's go ahead. And then in October 2018, I donated stem cells to that patient. And at the time, I had a 9-month-old girl, and I have a toddler at home, and I
Wow.
was working full time to an energy company. It's in simple words, it's a very busy life, but nothing stopped me there. I donated, and then I'm really, really happy. If I have a chance to donate one more time, I'm ready.
Wow.
And then I request everyone to go through Be the Match website. It's very easy to register, and you can register, and if you're a match, just commit to that. Save a life. And there is a misconception in the community that if you donate your stem cells, it's not good for your health. It is a very painful process, but absolutely not. It's just like a blood donation, but it takes more time. That's it. I'm telling you because I went through this, and after donation, I went to work very next day.
Wow.
And then I spent a busy day at the time, and I didn't feel anything.
That is amazing.
I mean to say there was no downtime.
Yeah.
So it's a very easy process. So I request everyone to register and commit to that.
Wow. I'm just so speechless hearing all you guys' stories. It's so heartwarming. I think Leila has something to say.
And then, can you tell us the support that you received from your friends when you went to donate?
So on the day of donation, 2 of my best friends, they came to me and then this, okay, we drive you, and then we take you there, and then we will take care of you.
Oh, that's
Yeah, 2 of those, Shweta and Deepika, they came to the donation, Be the Match headquarters.
Oh, awesome.
So they were with me all the time. It took me 5 hours, that process.
Yeah.
So they were with me, and then they dropped me at home, and then they were checking on me every day.
Oh, how
Yeah,
sweet.
it's very helpful.
Yeah, and I mean, that's just amazing to have a 9-month-old, and because we all know how with little kids, and then you're working on top of that. So at home, you had your husband taking care of the
My
kids.
husband and my mom-in-law, I'm so thankful to them.
Oh, wow.
They both were taking care of my 9-month-old girl.
Oh, how amazing.
Yeah.
That is just beautiful, right? Because
I'm really
like for
thankful to
anyone
them.
who is like thinking about that it's hard, or I can't do
Exactly.
it, I have such a busy life, but here we have you.
In fact, my
that-
husband was so jealous that he didn't get that opportunity of saving a life.
Was he also a
Registered.
Registered?
Yeah,
Oh,
we both
very nice.
registered at the same time.
Oh, wow. That's just beyond beautiful. I mean, to be able to give life to somebody else. I mean,
Right.
who does that nowadays? I mean, of course you do. But there are a lot of people that are still skeptical about it, and they think it's harder, but it's not, because like you said, you just sit in a chair and you donate like you're donating blood.
And there are some friends that discouraged me that you just had a baby, and then why are you doing that? You went through C-section 2 times, and then you're doing this. We're not recommending this to you. You can just
Yeah.
stay home and take
That's
care
an
of the
old
baby.
mentality, I believe.
Yeah, I was like,
you know?
no, I'm doing this.
Yeah. If you're able to carry that child for 9 months, have that baby, go through a C-section, you're able to do this, because that is
Exactly.
nothing,
It's
right?
nothing.
Compared to what a mother goes through.
Right.
That is beyond amazing.
All right, so we do have a few callers. I guess, they would like to come on air. And of course, listeners, if you do want to give us a call, the number is 713-974-4000. Let's just take the first call before we go on a short break. Hello, this is Chai Time. You're on air.
Hi, this is Jana.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Hi, this is Jana. I'm calling to share my experience with my husband going through cord blood transplant. And hey, Harsha and Hema.
Hi.
My husband was diagnosed with leukemia back in 2012. And we had a cord blood we had to do a cord blood transplant for him because we couldn't find an adult match. And he's doing great now. It's been almost 6 years post-transplant, and he's doing great. And Harsha, I'm so glad to hear that Uncle is doing great as well.
Thank you.
Yeah. So it was, I just want, at that point we had to go through cord blood transplant because we were not able to find an adult match for my husband, and he was at a very high risk of relapse. And we did a lot of drives, and we tried to add a lot of people into the registry, but we were still unable to find a match. And as Harsha has spoken earlier, that we need more and more South Asians, especially, to join in the registry, because we do not have enough in the registry. And also, of the people that we do have in the registry, a lot of the times people do not respond back, or they do not want to come in when they're called in for donating. And I think it is very important that we need to create awareness around this whole issue. We have a Gayatri from Be the Match, Harsha, Hema. They have been doing a lot of drives around Houston and other places as well. And I think it's just a matter of creating awareness where people don't think that, oh, if I donate, I will get leukemia as well, or parents inhibiting the kids, their children, to donate stem cells or bone marrow. So I just want to urge everyone out there, request everyone out there, that please go and register. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's all right. Take your time. Yes.
Jana, I totally understand your pain, and I had the same sensation when I came here today. That I hope that I didn't break down in the middle of this. So I just again, I hear your story too, and I'm so glad your husband's doing well. But it's not just about my dad and your husband. It's about all those thousands of patients that are out there that are hearing this and that need to take that step.
There's so many kids who need it. There's so many other
Absolutely.
people all around the world who need a good match. And
Yes.
so, yes, everyone who's hearing this, please register if you've not registered with Be the Match. And have your friends and family register as well. We need as many of you in the registry to save one life, if we can, in our lifetime.
Thank you. Thank you so much for calling. We have to go on a short break, but when we get back, we'll talk a lot more. This is Chai Time on 99.5 FM. Callers, I know you are calling. Please be patient with us, and we will get back to you shortly. The number again to call us is 713-974-4000. This is Chai Time on 99.5 FM.